This morning's guest, contractor Wallace Baker, is here to answer your home improvement questions. Good morning, sir. Well, with the start of the holidays, which could shorten your life if you're stressed out, by the way, well, you may have some last-minute home projects along with every other bit of stress you might have. You want to get done before those relatives arrive.
But maybe you have some questions about how to get the whole process started. Today's your chance to get some answers.
Wallace Baker owns TrendMark Incorporated. He is a general contractor with more than 18 years experience in the industry. Wallace, first of all, thank you very much for coming by this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
We've got 4 good email questions here, so we're going to get right to it. The first one deals with termites. Had termites crumble small portions of our baseboards in the dining room. We have since had the termites taken care of by a professional termite company. My husband and I want to know if we can replace the baseboards ourselves or if we should hire a professional contractor to do this for us. Belissa.
Well, you certainly can install baseboard yourself. There's a couple of methods. One's to cut the proper length, maybe put a 45 on the ends and join them together. A little better way would be to use a coping saw to cope them in so you have a tighter joint. You certainly can do it yourself. If you need to buy a lot of expensive tools, however, you might want to consider hiring someone to come on in and get it done for you, and it might be just as cheap.
You mentioned 45. For people at home who might not know, you're talking 45-degree angle with a miter saw, right? I just wanted to show off my knowledge, by the way.
And also, but the thing that most concerns me about that is that the reason for the baseboard replacement is because of termites.
Right.
Most likely, when those baseboards are removed, you know, there's going to be some other damage, and that needs to be thoroughly inspected to make sure the structure, the wall plates, the seal, the floor system is all intact.
So popping them off is one thing, but
the damage that could have occurred behind it is much more of a concern in this case, to make sure that's checked.
Okay. Good enough.
Second question comes to us from Angie, I believe. She says, I've recently moved into an older home. She's noticed that the carpet around her air conditioner vents, as well as the edges of the carpet going up the steps, appears dirty. These are low traffic areas. She vacuums them regularly. What's the cause and how can she fix it?
Probably she may be experiencing a leaky air return. If your return air system, when it's trying to get air, makeup air back, or not makeup air, but just air returned to the unit to condition it, if it finds little areas maybe around floor registers or edges of walls that have kind of a path of least resistance, it can pull that air actually through those crevices, through your carpet, and your carpet acts like a big filter. So, you know, again, your carpet's acting just like a filter that you put in the filter return.
Oh my gosh.
So instead of pulling it through the filter return, which may be improperly sized, that's something that could be checked. That could be a and by the way, you know, you probably just want to get that checked by a HVAC person, heat and air company, and they can probably resolve that fairly inexpensively.
We have time for one more quick one. We've got 30 seconds. Oak floors installed on the first floor of his house. Andy writes this, water leak, it buckled the oak. Is that fixable, and do I have to sand the whole first floor of my house? I don't think you like the answer.
Oh yeah, water leak and oak.
Right. It really depends on the extent of the buckling. Sometimes if it's not too severe, you could go ahead and take out a small section, and while you can touch that area up, it's probably not going to be 100% perfect or the best matching job. If that's okay, then you don't need to sand the whole floors, but really the only way to get the whole thing perfect is to sand all of the floors at one time, and that can be costly.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Well, Wallace, thank you very much. Unfortunately, we ran out of time before we get to all of them, but we're told that if you've emailed the questions, Wallace will take the time to email answers back. We appreciate you doing that as well.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you.
Yep, good advice there. Well, Mike, it's